I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me today.
What?
I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me today.
You're welcome. It's always a pleasure to talk about music. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And what a great album to talk about. I
Yeah.
tried to reach out for the first one, and in a way, now I'm happy I waited to talk to you for this one because this one is an amazing album from top to bottom, my friend.
Great, great. Thank you. Glad you like it.
I wanted to ask you, was there any changes in the recording process this time around?
Well, it changed quite a bit as for this second album, everyone in the band was more involved, in the
Mhm.
arrangement process, in the also in the songwriting for some things. So it's definitely more a teamwork than our first album, which was mainly made by me. But in this one, we grew up as a band, so I think it's a great band effort. This second album, yeah.
And in coming forth with this second album, I wanted to ask you, were some of the tracks that were left behind from the first album?
No, no, no. They were. Uh, there are some tracks that I wrote some time ago, but that I didn't want to put in the first album, but because I had to work on them also with the other bandmates. So no, they are all new tracks.
And Blue Phoenix is an amazing track. I wanted to ask you, how did that song develop?
Well, yeah, I started with this nasty guitar riff, the start of
Mm,
the song, and and then the chorus. I had the chorus in my mind since I think I had it in my mind for years, but I never put it in a song, and uh, and I think in this one it really fits very well, and then all the rest came along. So yeah, these are the main focus.
And Blue Phoenix is one of two videos that you have done that I've seen online. And I wanted to ask you, what were the locations of where those videos were done?
Well, Blue Phoenix was shot in a real medieval castle. Here in Italy, we have plenty of medieval castle. We had a special permission, so we were very lucky because it's not easy,
Mhm.
to get the permission to shoot it in this kind of place because it's also a museum. This
Right.
so, but they let us in, and it was great because it fit very well the music of the song, also the
Sure.
lyrics. So we really wanted to do a video in a castle. It's power metal after all.
Absolutely.
And
And
the other one, Hero Among Heroes, was shot in a film studio. It's a studio video, so in Rome. Yeah, it's an internal location with some lights and nothing special about it. But it's a nice video also.
when you're creating, is everyone logistically close to each other?
No, no, because we three of us, it's we live in the northeast of Italy, and while Francis and Crystal they live in Rome. So we don't meet each other very often, but of course when there's the chance or when we have of course the gigs we meet, but we do most of the work online. In
Mm.
2025 you can do it really a lot of stuff online, but of course when we meet we're really happy because okay, human contact is
Sure, absolutely. There's
important.
nothing like it. And I wanted to ask you, in speaking on that, you talked about getting together for shows. Will there be a tour for this album?
Well, we are in talk with some booking agency and management, but it's not something we can yet tell. So you will have to wait. The first show confirmed is the one in Germany. We had at the end of December. It's a festival, No Sleep After Christmas festival. It's a nice festival. There are a lot of great bands like Walkings, Serenity. It will be fun. Yeah.
And you have such a great power metal sound. I wanted to ask you, what were some bands that influenced you in that direction?
Well, of course, I have to say, well, my first power metal band was Stratovarius with the Infinite album, you
Mhm.
know. Then then I discovered Rhapsody, now Rhapsody of Fire, which came from my city, Trieste. So
Ah,
yeah, we are very close. Yeah. So, and of course Halloween, which is the foundation, I think, of power metal, European power
sure.
metal in the 80s. So I think these three, and Sonata Arctica also in the first albums, I really love them. Yeah,
I had the chance of seeing Halloween on it was back in the 80s.
yeah, great.
There's them, Anthrax, and Exodus on stage together as a Headbangers Ball tour in the 80s. And believe it
Oh,
or not, they opened up back then.
it's crazy, yeah. But everyone has to start from.
Sure. And I wanted to ask you, what's the next step? Will there be another teaser for the album coming out?
Well, we shot a third video that will be released in the next month. I don't think this year, but I don't know it yet because we just made it.
Mhm.
So we will keep on with the promotion of the album, yeah, of course, online and everywhere else. But for 2026, we really hope to play live as much as possible. Yeah.
And if you could pick your ultimate touring partner, who would you pick?
That's a that's a that's a tough one. Well, if I can fly high, I say Iron Maiden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, in the genre there are a lot of great bands, but yeah, those I mentioned before. So Stratovarius, yeah, it's
And your
Rhapsody.
songwriting is amazing, my friend. I wanted to ask you, what are some of your inspirations when you are writing?
My inspiration, you say, when I write songs, but well, I take inspiration mainly from my life. I say that I often speak about something that happened to me, or that I see that happens to other people, and this is the spark
Hmm.
that make me write a song. Uh, some other times I'm inspired by books, movies, or
Hmm.
stories. There are a lot of reference in our songs. Maybe not so specific yet, you can find it in the lyrics mainly. I think the Evertale is very inspired by Never Ending Story of Michael Ende. The meaning of the album.
Sure.
About the concept behind it. So yeah, this is the kind of things.
And along your musical journey, what do you feel has been the best advice that has been given to you along the way?
Well, I had a lot of bad advices.
What has been the worst?
Yeah. But I think the best one is not try to follow, not try to follow, but try to lead. This is
Sure.
the I think this is the main. It's really important when you do. Well, I can say everything in life, but in particular, if you do an artistic job, you have to be in the front, not in the back. You have to bring something that make you rise above the mass. If you want to do something with music or with art in general, I think this is the best advice.
Sure, and I think it holds very true to this band because as we mentioned, other power metal bands that we enjoy, the things that make them great are the uniqueness of the band, and this
Yeah,
band is very unique as well.
yeah, yeah. They have their own style inside a genre that many says that power metal, it's really stiff. It's very that repeat itself, but
Mm,
I don't think that's always true. It depends on the band. If
sure.
the band has his own style, his own songwriting spots, then you can stand out. Yeah, even in a genre very that is very limited in some way, because you have to do some things in power metal, but you can stand out anyway.
And getting back to the album, I wanted to ask you, what's the best way to get a physical copy of the album and any merchandise that you have?
Well, of course, I have to say it, in our store, of course, you can find, it's the only place you can find t-shirts and signed LP and CD. They are you cannot find them anywhere else. Of course, we have to charge the delivery, of course,
Sure.
but otherwise you find the album on Amazon, on every online store. So
And I wanted to ask you if you could take me back in time and tell me how the band became a reality.
well, also it all started in the COVID period, in the COVID period, because yeah, we are experienced musician. We have multiple bands, uh,
Mm,
but in the COVID, everyone was not doing anything.
sure.
So yeah, I had some songs that I didn't use with other bands, so that were perfect for a power metal band. So I had this idea of Elettra Storm, and I looked around to see if there was musicians that could join me in this in this adventure. So I
Mm,
find Matteo, the drummer, and Matteo, the guitar player, that live near me. They are great musicians from Northeast Italy. And then I found Crystal and Francis online. I saw a cover they did on YouTube, and I contacted immediately because I love their style,
mm.
their abilities, their vocality. So and then it started, yeah, this way. So in some way it was traditional, but in other ways it was a very modern way to bring a band alive. Yeah,
And I wanted to ask you as well, you've been doing this business for a while now. I
yeah.
wanted to ask you, what has been some of your proudest moments?
Well, I think the live shows are still the core of rock music, the core metal music. So the best part of this business for me is touring around, meet people from all around the world that came to hear your music, to know you. I love to talk with the people after the shows. Yeah, this is the best part, definitely. I played also at big festival like Hills of Rock in Bulgaria with the White Snakes and Garbage. So there were
Mm,
a lot of people. And but I also love playing in small clubs, yeah, where you can see the people face to face.
sure.
So this is the best part, I think.
And getting back to the album, I wanted to ask you about the album artwork and the concept behind it.
Yeah, it's as I said, the concept is loosely inspired by Neverending Story by Michael Ende, because I wanted to tell a lot of different stories in this album,
Mm,
and to say the importance of telling stories itself. It's a
yes,
story. Okay,
sure.
so it's very it's like I don't know how to say. They are the songs are not connected. It's not a concept album,
Right.
but they share these things that you can find inside it, stories or tales of war, tales of revenge, like Blue Phoenix, tales of the journey of of a father with his son, like Ride the Rainbow. So yeah, it's about the importance of telling stories, and there's no track, there's no title track in this album, but the song Master of Fairy Tales, I think it's the most representative.
Sure. And lastly, I wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what would that message be, my friend?
A message
To
to
your
the
fans.
fans. Okay. Well, never stop dreaming, never stop doing what makes you feel alive. Yeah, this is the great the great I think I can say to those who love music, and to everyone. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to take a moment to thank you again for creating an album, as I said before, that I enjoyed from top to bottom, my friend. The band is definitely progressing in a great way, and I look forward to what lies ahead for you.
Yeah, thank you. I hope we'll see you again. Yeah, soon.
Absolutely, my friend, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye
Bye.
bye.